Alright, man. I'm going to give you a tour of all of the Batman figures I have in my sweet studio apartment, because people always ask me about them. Where'd you get this one? Where'd you get that one? What's that one? Which one's your favorite? So I figured I'd just do a quick video, man. Rave X. All the Batman and why. Now, if you guys are wondering how come I haven't done a podcast recently, I've been out on medical leave, and that's all I want to talk about, but I'm okay, and I will be back soon. Anyway, we're going to start off with this one right here, which I got at one of the first Comic-Con conventions I ever went to. I went there with my dumb ex-girlfriend, and I had some money to buy some cool stuff, but I didn't want to spend a lot of money, so I ended up getting this Batman. He's pretty generic, but I feel like if you were a kid, this would be like your favorite toy. You know, he's got points of articulation there, the elbow, the shoulders go up, he's got a grappling hook, a gun, a little stand, and it's just a very generic Batman, but I think that's the best one. He's got the black cape, the cape's plastic, and yeah, I like that one, man, so I picked that one up. Next up here is the Alex Ross, I believe it was Justice or Kingdom Come, one of them, I can't remember. But this is his armor, because they were like these things that were going to get inside of their ears and eyes and mouths, so they all the superheroes had to armor up. And Batman had this armor here, which obviously is indicative of the 1966 Batmobile. So I thought this was pretty cool there. Yeah, definitely. Anything from Alex Ross is good. So that's the second Batman on our little tour. Moving on. Now we got kind of a 2-for-1 here. We've got obviously the Christian Bale Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises Batman, which is okay. Wasn't crazy about that suit, but I mean, you know, it was Christian Bale. We got 3 movies, so that was good. Batman Beyond. How can you go wrong with that, man? I put some accessories in his hands there, but Batman Beyond is always good. You don't see too many of these Batman Beyond figures, so that's definitely one of my favorites there. I'm going to move right down the thing here. What's up, Flash? What's up? I'm fast. Hey, look, it's a picture of me in the background. Batman from the Dark. No, wait, Batman Begins. And I colored his S, thinking of Superman. I colored his bat in silver because why not? And that is the Batman Begins Batman action figure. One of my favorites. You can't really find him anymore. Alright, man, next on the list is the Batman Arkham, let's see, Arkham Knight Batman? And I think this one's cool because it's from the video game, and you don't see that too much. And this guy's heavily armored, lots of girth to him. You can see the armor and how big his arms are and stuff like that. He's got the grappling gun. It doesn't come off this thing. You know, it'd be cool if it did. Nice big steel boots. I put them on the Batman Superman stand there, and pretty cool. I like the cowl. I like the mask. It almost has a sort of anime feel to it where it's really thin. He's got the little chin guard there. So the Batman Arkham, I keep forgetting from which game it was from. Arkham Knight Batman is definitely one of my favorites. Hard to find, but you can get him on Amazon. And then Green Arrow and Captain America. And a bat thrower thingamajiggy. Alright, let's move on to the next one, kids. This next one is really interesting, man. As you're looking at right here, you're like, oh, that's Batman, but that's not regular Batman, and it's not, because that is the Jason Todd version of Batman. When Batman went away, for whatever reason, as Batman does, Jason Todd, who was the original Robin and became the Red Hood, decided, fuck it, I'm gonna be Batman. And so this is his super violent version. If you notice, he's got guns and grenades on his side. I think he's got like a knife right there on his ankle that you can see here. This mask comes off. Let me see if I can get this mask off. This little mask comes off there. You can see his face. He's got this crazy smile on his face, but we want to keep that on because I'll lose it. There we go. Pretty good points of articulation. He bends in the middle. I like the sort of neon, not neon, but metallic gunmetal blue that they put in there. And the cape is sculpted, doesn't really move. But yeah, that's a good one, man. I don't know where I got this from or who gave this to me, but I really like the Jason Todd replace Bruce Wayne. Super violent Batman. His guns come out of the holsters there, and they go in his hands. Really cool. Next one, as you can see, this is a straight-up Alex Ross sculpt. Now, if you don't know who Alex Ross is, Google that motherfucker. He's one of the best artists out there. He's the guy who draws and paints superheroes like they're real people. So this is Alex Ross Batman. Very straightforward. Not a lot of detail, like the details in the fact that it looks like someone's dad dressed up as Batman. Big, huge bat, regular sort of spandex suit. Alex Ross doesn't use yellows, he uses like golds and brasses, so his belt is not as bright yellow. as it usually is. And this is a Batarang from the Batman, the Dark Knight trilogy. I figured it would look better in his hands than in the other one. Focus, you idiot. There we go. Alex Ross, Batman. And this tiny guy right here, man, you know who this is. This is from Batman the Animated Series. We all kind of, well, if you're around my age, grew up watching this when we were teenagers in our early 20s, and it was just super duper awesome. So I got this somewhere, and I love it, from Batman the Animated Series. Now this one here was a really unique one, man. I got a coupon for like 20% off something at GameStop, but I didn't need any video games. So I went in there, and I actually did a video about this, man. I'll put it in the link in the description right above what you're seeing right now if you're watching the YouTube. If you're listening to this on Bandcamp, go to the YouTube, man, and get the visuals. This is from the video game Injustice Gods Among Us 2, I believe. And it's kind of weird. It's your typical Batman armored suit. The symbol's kind of weird, where he doesn't have the pointy things in the middle. But really cool, really heavy, like I said in my review before. It weighs about a pound. It's all metal, die-cast metal. Real cape. I always like when they give the real cape. But this is definitely one of my favorites, man. One is something that's in my prized possession. And I haven't seen a lot of these, you know. It was at GameStop. Maybe it was a GameStop exclusive for like 30 bucks. I got 20% off, and I said, fuck it. I can always use another Batman action figure. So, the Injustice Gods Among Us 2 Armored Batman. Right up there in my collection, baby. Because I'm Batman. Here's a good one, if my camera will focus. There we go. That is a real good one, man. That's just like a, I don't know what version of comic books this would come from. Jim Lee, maybe? I don't know. But this is just a big, generic, stocky Batman, almost reminiscent of The Dark Knight Returns, but not as old and grumpy and stuff. I really like the face. I always like the Batman mask when he shows more of his face. That's why I never really liked the Christian Bale one, because it was almost like a little circle, and he couldn't talk, you know what I mean? But this one was really cool. I don't know where I got it from. Probably just grabbed it at Target or something for 20 bucks. Got a little Batarang in there. I always switch up the Batarangs, man. None of these actually go for who they were meant to be with. That one, I believe, was for the Alex Ross Batman. But this is cool. Just very generic, very big, stocky, broad shoulders. Pretty good points of articulation. You know, he doesn't have that joint in the middle, which I really don't like. I hate when the toys have a joint in the middle. So, Jim Lee version. I'm just going to call it the Jim Lee version Batman. And reminds me of almost of Ben Affleck's Batman costume. I never got the Ben Affleck action figure. I wanted to, but this one kind of looks like it, you know. Maybe this is what Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson's Batman will look like. I hope they go with color and not just a stupid generic black suit like we've seen before. So there you go. This one I really like. Again, this is one I got at GameStop, because there's a GameStop on the way to my job, and I'll just stop in there and buy stuff because I have no impulse control. This one is actually from the movie with Val Kilmer. Yeah, I believe this was the Val Kilmer Batman. You can tell because Val Kilmer's suit was the first time that they decided he doesn't need a gold belt, which he does need because the symbol's gold on the inside. But this one was pretty cool. It's got kind of like a leathery, I mean it's plastic, but a plastic kind of leathery cape. They're wicked dusty because I never dust anything. And I saw that, and originally I thought it was the Michael Keaton. It's like if you just look from the top up, you think it was like the Michael Keaton one. And then I looked on the package before I bought it, and it was Val Kilmer, but I was like, screw it, whatever, it's cool. This grappling gun's really cool. I like the big old grappling gun there, and it says DC Multiverse in the back, comes with a little stand. And that is the Val Kilmer Batman Forever, I believe. He actually has Batman Beyond's little Batarang here, because the silver matched the silver in his grappling hook. And look, Superman. Now, even though this isn't a man, obviously, this is still a prized piece of my collection. This is the Barbara Gordon sort of original continuity Batgirl, and I always thought this was a really nice sculpt. This is made from Alex Ross, and just very simple with this one. I mean, she's had different costumes in the past, but this one's just very simple. Black, yellow, that's it. 2 colors. Yellow symbol, yellow belt, gloves, boots. Kind of the perfect sculpt. You know, her hair, he didn't do her hair too red, because it's supposed to be kind of real world when Alex Ross does this stuff. And if you look at this costume, if you changed everything that was yellow to red, you'd essentially have Batwoman. Like on the new TV show, the new Batwoman TV show. And that show's okay, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to watch that show. But I like this one, man, and people always ask me about it when they come over. Where'd you get the Batgirl? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Someone gave it to me or I got it at a Comic-Con. But the Barbara Gordon, Alex Ross, Batwoman, or Batgirl action figure I kind of like, man. She's got the fold-up Batarang, which I thought was cool. So anyway, there's that. Da-da-da-da-da! Now this is a really good one, man. I like it. It's just a statue. There's 0 points of articulation, but he's in a really cool pose. And I believe the series was called the Batman Black and White series, where they just put out these statues in black and white. You can look at his face. He's got kind of a weird look on his face. Like, ooh, I'm Batman. Pretty cool, and I like the way it balances itself perfectly. Got a kind of a wire thing for his Batarang there. Yeah, just sit that up someplace, you know, on your desk, on your mantle, and you are good to go. My nephew got me that for my birthday a few years back, and I really like it. It's cool. Batman Black and White, solid sculpt. Alright, man, so this is the last one in my collection. As you can see, it is the 1/16 scale Christian Bale Dark Knight Rises. Now this is cool just to get a sense of size here. You can see my hand. He's kind of way bigger than my hand. He's about 12 and a half, I don't know, maybe a foot and a half. But I really like this one, man. And every time people come over, they always want to look at it and you know, a buddy of mine came over, took a picture with it. He's really, really cool, man. Look at that. Super detailed, the face, they got that Christian Bale look in the mouth, all the little segments there. He's got little Batarang thrower things in his hand. I don't dust this stuff, I probably should. He's got his magnetic piston gun there. The boots are real, like they really go on there. The cape is good, all that stuff. And yeah, I got this from a girlfriend at the time, who is now an ex, because they all become your ex. But I just really got a kick out of this. I remember when I opened this up on my birthday, I couldn't believe it. The cape has wire in it, so you could pull the cape out and pose it, kind of like that. The belt, very detailed. The hands move. If you remember in the movie, he had this thing he used to crush the side of a van. He's actually got that. If I can put that up there, where he grabs into the side of a van and crushes it. Very, very cool, man. 1/16 scale, I believe they call it. Yeah, the Christian Bale. You see this is hard plastic here. Everything is on the suit, you know, nothing's all one part. Like the hands come off, there was all these different hands you could put in there. He's got the little scabbards on the side there to block swords. This little piece is actually over, it's a piece that's on his arm. The cape kind of connects right there. See if we can get a view around back, just turn it around here. Super dusty. Let's see what's under there. There was a gun that went right in back there that I think I've lost, but let me see the legs. It's like he's got a suit underneath and then they put the armor pieces on over it. But the detail is amazing. Even the neck, if you remember how the Christian Bale Dark Knight suit went together. They really didn't skimp on this. The mouth, the eyes, everything is perfect on this. I never liked the bat symbol because when they made the bat symbol where it went in a little bit and then out, you kind of lose the symbol. You know what I mean? Like you can almost not see the symbol there. But the belt is good. That's its own separate piece. You can kind of move the belt around if you wanted to. These little pieces of... I don't want to drop it. He's supposed to have a stand. These little pieces on his leg are actually little pieces of armor that are on there. So really cool, man. Really like this. Came with different hands. Might have came with a different head. I can't remember. But the Christian Bale 1/16 scale Dark Knight is by far my favorite Batman of all time, and I'm sure you can see why. Look at that. Look at that. It's crazy, right? I'm Batman. Tell me what you did with Rachel. Anyway, man, that's going to wrap it up for me. My name's Rave. Thanks for joining me for another edition of Rave Reviews. Remember to click like, subscribe. Drop me a message, man, if you like these videos. I'll go over all my stuff. Anyway, my name's Rave. Until next time, enjoy yourself.